are some examples of how I look jumping rope 3 years apart. I started off looking like a tin man, but got familiar with basics like the crossover and double unders. But little did I know these skills were the tip of the iceberg. 3 years later, I was performing skills with the jump rope I didn't even know was possible. High flying ninja looking type of shit. So let's talk about my story and maybe it can help you level up your dance rope journey. And we'll touch on key points of progression along the way. But first, let's go back to where it all began. January 2021, in the midst of COVID-19. The streets were barren, the gyms were closed, but my roommate at uni and I would do home workouts together. And he liked to do CrossFit, which included double unders, which is how me and the rope crossed paths and started our journey together. And because of that, the drive to improve actually began with double unders. And I'd throw in the occasional stiff side swing or crossover too, even though I didn't know how to do it. But during this process, something felt a little off, like I wasn't doing something right. This is when I started seeing posts of jump ropers on social media doing amazing tricks and having fun with it. Double unders, crosses, swings, and footwork. And combining them all together without making that look or sound of constipation.
Oh, my ass.
Guys, I didn't even have the right rope. I was using a cable rope, which gives no feedback like dental floss. When I should have been using a PVC or a beaded rope because they give you much more tactile feedback. My jump roping looked like exercise while theirs looked like expression. That's when I realized I wasn't moving with rhythm and I was fighting the rope instead of moving with it. And in order to do that, I needed to get myself a better rope and slow down and build myself a strong fundamental base. So I got a PVC rope, started a page, named it Chris Skips, and started posting my progress. Simple as that. Stop chasing speed and complexity and aim for more relaxed rhythmic movements instead. This meant performing the basic bounce and the boxer step to different types of music with different types of paces, just to establish more rhythm and connection with the rope. And then adding in different elements of footwork and crossovers once I felt more comfortable. And this new approach to jumping taught me that style doesn't come with complexity, it comes with timing. Once I could feel the rhythm and I understood this, jump rope stopped feeling like cardio and started to feel more like music. The next turning point in my progression was realizing that improving my footwork and how natural and comfortable I can make it look is much more important than the tricks that you perform. Just like dancers. Once this was implemented, everything started to look and feel different. I was able to sync up with the music more easily, add lateral movement to my routines, and my roping started to feel more like an expression of myself. I wasn't trying to impress anyone, I was just in a zone wrapped up in that feeling of improvement. And at this point, I felt I was ready for my next challenge. Felt that I was ready for the next level of freestyle dance roping, which to me meant implementing high-flying multiples and skills that involved letting go of the handle, otherwise known as releases. But there was one problem, I sucked at these. Multiples, I was okay at, but releases? I sucked. I was terrified of the rope and I acted like a happy deer in the headlights every time I caught the rope or the handle. But after doing some research, I learned that the ropers that are best at releases use beaded ropes because they provide more tactile feedback. So I got a beaded rope and I started practicing, putting countless reps into the first fundamental release you should learn, which is called the make release. Reps after reps after reps after reps, trying to master the feeling of how to move the rope properly and efficiently with the handle before ever even involving my lower body with movement or even jumping over the rope. But it was all worth it because I was able to get better bit by bit, and before long I was able to perform my first Mick multiple, which I loved high flying moves, so this was huge for me. This is it right here. It was an unconventional triple under Mick. The form isn't great. I did it in my Birkenstocks, but I felt like a I was overjoyed, and this is the moment that I was truly hooked. Looking forward to all the combinations I can put together and drooling over the thought of the slow motion clips midair, like, oh, just so good. I kept practicing my craft, combining skills, adding movement to my releases, and even adding style and flair to the bigger movements like the Mamba and Mick Multi by adding a leg split. This is when it became clear that truly enjoyable freestyle flows with dance rope may start with striving for perfection to build a strong foundation, but once you've established this and moved on from that mindset, the true joy in dance rope stems from imperfection. At some point you go from jumping with the rope to just dancing and feeding off of it. And that's how I went from jump rope to dance rope. It's not about tricks, not about speed, it's about rhythm, control, and expression. So the lessons to take away from this story if you want to start jumping rope or your jumping rope feels a little bit stiff is slow down and relax. Nail the basics. Jump to music. Progress consistently and try to keep this well-rounded with footwork, skills, and eventually releases. Or lean into what you enjoy doing most. And last but not least, challenge yourself because you're more capable than you think. This is a good start. But yeah, jump rope changed for me when I stopped looking at it like another form of training or cardio and started looking at it like an artist, performing his craft and expressing his art, expressing his being, which is much more enjoyable in my opinion. In my next video, I'm breaking down a beginner dance rope routine so you can actually apply these concepts with me. If this helped you jump rope differently or provide a different angle, please hit subscribe and jump here with me on this channel. Drop a comment and let me know what part of jump rope you're struggling with at the moment. Is it speed, rhythm, confidence? I'll be reading all the comments and making videos about them. See you in the next one.